You know that feeling when your favorite app seems to know you better than your best friend? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on that magic. It's called machine learning. And by the time we're done here, you'll have a super simple but really powerful roadmap to get how it all works. I mean, really? How does Spotify get your music vibes so perfect every single time? It honestly feels like it's reading your mind, doesn't it? But here's the thing, it's not magic. It's a clear, logical process, and we're about to map it out together, step by step. So, to really get this, I want you to jump into the driver's seat with me. For the next few minutes, you are the AI engineer, and your whole journey starts with one fundamental choice, a decision that's going to shape everything that comes after. Okay, so here we are, your first big decision as an AI engineer. How is your machine going to learn? Are you going to give it a teacher who already knows all the answers, or will it have to figure out the world of data all by itself? This is the very first fork in our roadmap. Let's explore that first path. Imagine you're learning, say, a new language, and you have this amazing tutor who, every single time you make a mistake, instantly gives you the right translation. You just learn by seeing the correct answers over and over until the patterns just click. Well, in the world of AI, this whole learning with a teacher approach has a name. It's called supervised learning. And those correct answers from our tutor, we call that labeled data. The machine gets both the problem and the solution, and its entire job is to figure out the connection between them. And you use this every single day, probably without even realizing it. When your email filters out all that junk, that's because it was trained on millions of emails that people already labeled as spam or not spam. Or when you set up Face ID on your phone, you are literally labeling your own face, giving the AI the perfect answer to the question, hey, is this you? Okay, but what happens when there's no teacher? What if you don't have a perfect set of answers ready to go? Well, that's where things get really interesting, and it takes us down the second path on our journey. Picture this. Someone dumps a huge pile of foreign coins on the table in front of you. You have no clue what they are, what they're worth, nothing. So what's your first instinct? You'd probably start grouping them, right? You'd put the big silver ones over here, the little copper ones over there. You find the patterns all by yourself, with zero prior knowledge. This method of just figuring things out on your own, it's called unsupervised learning. The AI gets a huge mountain of data with no labels, no right answers. Its only job is to find the hidden structures, the secret connections, all by itself. It's basically a pure pattern-finding machine. And this brings us right back to our Spotify question. Your Discover Weekly playlist? That is a perfect example of unsupervised learning. The AI just groups songs with similar vibes, tempo, energy, genre, and creates these little clusters of music it thinks you'll love. Companies do the same thing to find groups of customers, like bargain hunters, without ever having to label them first. So here's the absolute key takeaway. The entire difference between these two massive fields of AI boils down to one simple thing: the data. Does it come with the answers included or not? Labeled data is super powerful, but it's also really expensive and takes a ton of time for humans to create. Unsupervised learning, on the other hand, can work with raw, messy data, which is everywhere. So the choice often just comes down to your resources. All right, so you, the AI engineer, you've made your first big choice. Let's say you chose the teacher path, supervised learning, because you've got that nice, high-quality labeled data. Well, now you've got a second decision to make. What kind of answer do you actually want from your machine? And this is a really critical question. Are you asking your AI to put something into a category, like cat or dog? Or are you asking it to predict a specific number, like a price or a temperature? Because the type of question you ask totally changes the kind of model you need to build. If your goal is to sort things into different buckets, you're doing something called classification. The model's job is just to assign a label from a list you've already defined. Think of it like a digital sorting hat. It answers the question, which group does this belong to? The key here is that the answers are distinct, separate categories. An email is either spam or safe. It can't be something in between. An image has a cat, a dog, or a bird in it from a set list of options. The answer to will it rain tomorrow is a simple choice. Yes or no. There's no middle ground. But what if you don't want a category? What if you need a specific number? That's when you turn to what's called a regression model. Its whole job is to predict a continuous value, which just means a number that can fall anywhere along a scale. It's all about answering how much or how many. See, with regression, the answers can be any number within a range. The temperature isn't just hot or cold, it's a specific value like 72.5 degrees, or 72.6, or even 72.58. It's not just predicting a lot of likes, it's predicting exactly 1,542. The model is trying to pinpoint a precise spot on a number line, not just pick a bucket. So after navigating those two major forks in the road, we've pretty much arrived. We've gone through the key decisions that you as the AI engineer have to make. Now let's put it all together into one simple, clear roadmap that you can use anytime you want. And here it is, the two simple questions that just demystify this whole field. First, you ask about your data. Do you have the answers? If yes, it's supervised. If no, unsupervised. Then, if you're on that supervised path, you ask about your goal. Are you predicting a category or a number? A category means you need classification, and a number means you need regression. That's it. That's the core logic, right there. So we've reached the end of our little roadmap, but this is really a new beginning for you. Now that you have this mental framework, just think about it. What problem in your own life or at work, big or small, could you start to solve just by asking these two simple questions? The possibilities, as you can imagine, are endless.